Welcome everyone to the Blue Stand once again. We're here to do the Chelsea Real Madrid reaction. It's not the same tonight because I'm on something is wrong with my laptop, so I'm doing it on a different device. Maybe it's gonna be a shorter show tonight. We'll see what happens. I will start with Frank Lampard's post press conference. He was saying we played for 60 minutes. We were good. We played good, but we just couldn't get that goal. He said Militao should have had 2 yellow cards. He should have been sent off. Yeah, I agree with that. He had 2 yellow cards, 1 yellow card, so he should have had the second. Definitely sent off for me. He was talking about what's going on right now. He said it's not easy because it's a big transition. Since the new owners came in, he knew it was going to be hard, even just a few games. He said we've got 7 games left now to try and show some performances. They were asking him about what Drogba said. He said Drogba was saying he's not the real Chelsea, which we all know, we all agree it's not. But he wouldn't comment on that. He ain't going to comment on Drogba's comments. And they asked him, now we're out of everything. What's the future now? He said we just have to be competitive in our next game, which is Brentford on Wednesday. And the new players have to gel together. It takes time. But he said he's trying his best. It was a much better performance. Sorry. Oh, I've gone out. Hold on a minute. Sorry, something happened there. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, a little mishap. Yeah, so he was saying, every game we have to perform. Brentford is next. I will try and get the players, get it into them. This is Chelsea, and if they want to be here, they have to fight for that badge. Like we all fans keep saying. And he said Chelsea will be back. That's for sure. He said this season is gone. It's finished. So we can't really do anything about that. Big up to Bobby in the chat. Come and join me if you want, Bobby. If you can, that is. Yeah. So yeah. So it is a big challenge. It's a big job. He said finished. He said it's a big job. I just want to give the fans a good feeling. I will try and do my best, he said, for the next 7 games. I wish we know he will. Well, I can't blame Frank Lampard too much. What's he saying here? Yeah, sorry, just come out again. Oh God, what's going on? Yeah. Just put Bobby on. Hi, Bobby, can you hear me?
Yeah, big up, Nick.
Big up. Yeah, I was just saying, it's a different. Uh, uh, I'm using a different device because my laptop is reinstalling. It's taking out. So I thought I'd do it on here. Yeah, I was just saying, talking about Frank Lampard, what he had to say. I'm sure you heard. Like I was saying, I can't blame him too much. It's not easy to come in and try and get the best 11 players out of this 30-man squad. Even Silva was talking a lot about it. The dressing room is not big enough for for all of us. He said, it's not big enough, and it's not easy with new players trying to get adjusted. It's very it's like what we thought really when we new ownership. Especially this ownership, because they didn't know what they were doing at the start. Sacking Tuchel, bringing Potter, sacking Potter. All right, sacking Potter was the right thing to do, but they should have done it earlier. They waited too long, I think. It was too long. But and of course, Frank came in to steady the boat, which he has with the fans. Even if we lost the last 4 games, which we haven't done since 1993, Bobby, to lose 4 in a row. Yeah, I was just going through that. We come to the player ratings soon, me and you. What do you think about everything? With Frank's comments and Thiago Silva, he looks depressed. He looks down. I'll just put him up here. He doesn't look too good. Look at him here. Both of them look sad. It's a sad sight to see, that is. But that's how it was, because we played well in that first half. Could have been different if we had a goal scorer. Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at Man City now. Look at the
Yeah.
size of them. Tall, fit,
Yeah.
strong, physical. We don't have any of this.
No, we
We have
don't.
weak, little, unfit. Look, Chelsea's problem actually goes beyond the new owners.
Yeah. Yeah,
It started before then.
Yeah.
The government have played a huge part in this situation. The new ownership, they're trying their best. They haven't been here for a year. They're still very new, and they're still doing everything they can to try and sort out this mess. And it is a mess.
Yeah.
I personally think that they need to announce the new manager now, get him in now, let him start running the rule over the team, let him start discussing who stays, who goes. Well, we know who goes, it's the dead wood, because most of these players would be new to the manager. It's quite clear we need a striker. We have no striker.
Yeah.
It's quite clear we need another midfielder, physical midfielder. We have Enzo. People think, oh, we got Enzo now, it's over. No, we need that physical person beside him, like we had Matic beside Fabregas. And we need a new goalkeeper. Kepa is not physically big enough. It's just simple as that. He lacks a lot in terms of his physicality. I keep saying this about Chelsea, physicality. And look at us. We look weak on the field.
Yeah.
We played quite well yesterday,
We
but
did.
Real Madrid always had us well contained. And look at the other stupid thing Chelsea do. We have our best players sat on the bench for the other team, giving them squad depth while we have nothing. Rudiger, Hazard on the bench.
Yeah.
We've never replaced Courtois or Petr Cech, never. And we should never let a goalkeeper go away on loan for so long. That's how we lost Courtois. He came to Chelsea as a kid. Yeah, I know Petr Cech was there, and it was a difficult situation, so you can't fully blame the club. But having him at Atletico all that time, of course he's going to get settled. And as a young guy, he met his girlfriend, had a family, so
Yeah,
of course, it's
he said he always wanted to go to Real Madrid.
yeah.
He said, if you remember. So, the
We
way
can't. Well, he said it later, but
the way
you can't do. We should
yeah,
not do that with Slonina at all.
yeah, I want to see him given a chance. Now everything's done. Why not just put the youngsters, give everyone a chance, Frank?
Well, will Frank
When
do
I,
that? Frank is playing for his managerial career.
yeah,
We
he
need to do that. We need Detro Fofana needs to play. We don't have a striker. Yeah,
yeah,
give Slonina a chance. Give him a chance.
I will
What?
give them. Like you said, he's playing for his future. He will try and win. He will. Uh, the tactics he got right. When we saw the lineup yesterday, I thought, God,
Bayern down to 10 men.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who? Sorry.
Bayern Munich.
Oh, really? Oh, God,
Mm.
that's that game's done anyway. It was done before 3-0. And
Yeah,
the other
but wasn't
Scored.
that offside though? I thought.
is it.
I
Let's
thought
welcome Alicia as well, and we carry on.
Oh, hello,
Alicia,
hello, guys. Sorry, I know what you're talking about, so I didn't want to interrupt you.
no, yeah, it's all right. You can interrupt. Don't worry. Yeah, we're just saying what I was saying about Frank's comments after the game, and he looked so
Hmm.
sad talking, very sad. Did you see it? Did any
Yeah,
of you did? Yeah.
yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
but I I think it's also sad, like how people say, like, oh, Frank doesn't care and all these things. Of course he does.
Because he cares. Yeah, go on, Alicia.
Yeah, I think he really wants to do well, but personally, I think he should have stayed at Derby and stayed and like try and improve on his craft. But I'm really grateful that when Chelsea calls, he comes,
He
no matter
came.
the situation.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, because honestly, like no manager wanted to come here. People keep saying, "Oh, he should have gone for Nagelsmann and everything," but the chances are, these guys didn't want to touch this. Like, would you want to touch this project at this time with the time frame there is, knowing that how it would be viewed? I don't think anyone wanted to come in at this point in time because the thing is, we should have sacked Porter when it was clear it wasn't working out, but we were stubborn and we stayed on it and we stayed on it and we let the thing play out and it played out and it didn't go in our favor. So yeah, that's why I feel sad and I feel like
Yeah,
people don't really appreciate like what Frank is doing. I'm not saying he's like the best manager or whatever, but even when we signed him, we knew what it was. So yeah,
yeah.
people blaming him for
We all
yesterday's
knew
result.
he's not a top class manager yet. Maybe he still can become one. He's very stubborn. He will stick at it. I know. But yeah, like you said, look, we called him. He come running because he loves the club the first time.
you
We called
know,
him. He
Nick.
comes. Yeah, go on, Bobby.
Frank needs to work as an understudy. He needs to
Yes,
swallow his pride. He needs to be a number two. Now,
yeah.
I can see him do that for Enrique, but the problem with Nagelsmann, because of his age, I can't see Frank do that with him.
Can you see?
However, if
Can you?
Nagelsmann
Would
comes,
you do this? What I'm showing here.
yeah, but that's not going to
I just
happen,
knew Nick
Nick.
was going to bring
Let's
this
be
up.
realistic. That's not going to happen. He
Uh,
would do that, but it's not going to happen. You
you,
know,
and they could also surprise us. Don't forget, this is Chelsea. Anything can happen.
No, Chelsea's looking for potential longevity, and Mourinho won't give them that. I
I,
don't want
I,
to be, pipe
yeah,
dreaming anymore. We have a serious project to get going,
yeah, he's
and
very yeah,
right now it's not happening. What I do want to see is whoever comes, even if it is Nagelsmann, he's got to keep some Chelsea people in the coaching team. Did you see how Ashley Cole
yeah,
was
yeah,
screaming at
Yeah,
the wing backs, Cucurella, Reece James, giving
especially
them instructions. That
if
is the Chelsea DNA, the Chelsea spirit
and, and you
that we
see,
don't have at the moment.
you know, the way that we studied the game, because actually Cole made them get up for it. He was screaming, swearing at them, everything. And,
Yeah, that's the old Chelsea. Look at what Didier is saying. I don't recognise my club.
no,
Those people still
true.
feel the club, and they've got to be there with the new managers. Part of the problem with Potter was that he brought all of
Well,
Brighton to
well,
flipping
I'll
Chelsea.
bring back the Mr. Chelsea.
Yeah,
Again.
well, he's gone now. He's gone to
And
I've forgotten.
uh, he's still alive, you know,
But he
Bates.
will come if we ask him. It's just we've
Oh
never
yeah,
asked him.
I know
Terry will come. We've never asked him. Any of them will come.
they
Didier
all
will
come
come. Yeah.
for
All we
sure.
have to do is ask them.
But
Yeah, go on,
like
Alicia.
there are people who are saying they want Antonio Conte, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
are you guys
I don't
serious? After
see why
it
it's so.
ended,
I'm not against it myself. Look, the best,
after
you know.
how it ended,
Yeah,
Nick.
but look at this process. What Paul is trying to do is it going to work? You don't get long-term managers these days. Forget Pep and Klopp. They've done it. It was different. Now, the best thing for us really is to don't give them a long-term contract like he did with Potter. Bring a manager in, give him 18 months, see how he goes. Then you can extend it because we're going to be in the same boat every year. You know, Nagelsmann comes in. Everyone's saying Nagelsmann now he's done. He's not done. So he comes in and it doesn't work out, and
No,
they go,
Exactly.
Nagelsmann's not done yet at all.
yeah, and it doesn't work out
Exactly
like
what
Potter, and you work
he said.
another 60 million for nothing. Bowley has to think good. Don't listen to uh, Nagelsmann's friends, Vivell and the other guy. What's his? With
No, Nick.
Stanley. Or,
No, Nick. That's what they're there for. We
yeah, but
employ these people. These are the
and
football people. And if they say Nagelsmann, we go with Nagelsmann. That's their job.
I
Vival,
know, but
Stewart,
I
Winstonley. That's
I don't
why they're at the club.
want to be the
But
the
the
future.
world went Nagelsmann because of his old connection. Is it really about, because of the what
Yeah,
they've studied, or because they have an old connection? Because for me, I feel like that's where he's leaning towards. Bobby, don't you think?
Yeah, it seems to be he's leaning towards it, but having an old connection is not a bad thing. These guys are the football
it could be.
experts. The fan
Yeah,
base have been complaining, oh, Bowley, you get too involved. Okay, he's let go. He's put the football people, let the football people choose the manager, and we take it from there. All this, don't do this, don't let them choose it. That's
yeah.
their
In the end,
job.
we can only talk, have our opinions. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. We can't
Yeah.
stop Bowley or anyone. They will do what they have to do. But for me, I'm just scared with Nagelsmann, it might not work.
Well,
I
we
don't
don't know they're going to go for him anyway
know.
till
No,
he walks in
The
through the
thing
door.
is,
We don't
yeah,
know.
Pique's still in the picture. Everyone's saying he's out, he's out. No,
No,
he's
no.
still there.
What I'm
Um,
scared of, and that will be a colossal mistake, is if
contra-
they go for Pochettino. He's a Spurs
nah,
person. Chelsea fans will riot if
and
he goes through a difficult patch. We
we
don't
will.
forgive Spurs. We hate Spurs. Don't bring any Spurs
exactly.
around us. What
And
is wrong with these
Bobby,
people?
today on the spaces, I was in one space with some fans, and they would love a Pochettino.
Oh no, they're
But
not
But
Chelsea
why
fans. They don't
though?
know
Do
what they're
people
talking
see
about.
this
I
guy?
said,
Why
you
is
can't
he
even
even still
think
there?
about Pochettino. You mention his name, and all I think about is Tottenham.
The Spurs,
How?
yeah, no,
Exactly.
Yeah,
nah,
Even
that
if
would
it
that would be a
wasn't,
mistake. That would
I,
be another mistake.
I,
Believe me.
I prefer Nagelsmann than Pochettino. I tell
Yeah.
you. But let's see what they get, who we get. For me, you know who I think should come. Everyone thinks be a mistake, but I don't. I don't think it will because he's a tough guy. Marino will come and he will, have no nonsense from the ball. That's what this. That's what this club needs. These players that look at Frank. He can't do it by himself. He can't. With someone next to him, like Bobby said, why not?
Nick,
but
they
it,
won't do it. They won't do it. These
but
new young directors, and they
we don't.
won't go.
Yeah, we don't.
Um,
Yeah, we don't know. They're talking. Even Mourinho has been mentioned, but let's see. It's hard. Uh, it looks like Nagelsmann is a favourite, but that's according to the media and everything.
yeah,
But let's see. We might get someone we haven't even mentioned. We don't know. Yeah. Let's go back to the game. For me, I was so gutted because it's the first time we actually played really good, first half especially. Chances they fell to the wrong person. Angolo Kanti. First chance, he should have scored. Any other day he would score. He had plenty of time, but he missed.
Nick,
Um,
Nick. Yet
yeah,
again, physicality. The Real Madrid centre backs, Militao and Alaba, they were smoking a flipping cigar. You
yeah,
know, the last person when Havertz dropped to help the midfield, because it certainly was all about the midfield. That's why we played well. We had to have enough numbers in there. But whenever we put the ball up there, they wouldn't
mm,
even cross sometimes because the only person there was N'Golo Kante, the
yeah,
littlest guy on the pitch. We lack physicality. Even when, I mean, flipping ex Sterling, I don't really
yeah.
know. I never wanted him anyway. But
Look.
even, when we brought him on and all that, they were
I wonder what
physically.
I can imagine Frank Zanga. He's probably telling me, I brought you on to do something, and you ain't done nothing, man.
I tell you who did do well, and who, if we have a proper manager, is going to be ripping up trees, is Modric.
Yeah, I was
He
going to say.
performed well. But
He-
Sterling and Felix,
yeah,
forget it, mate. They were rubbish.
yeah. No, Mudryk, he come on, he
Amazing.
tried against Brighton, man of the match for us again. He needs game time, that guy. More game time.
He needs a
Yeah,
proper manager behind him. That's what he needs.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And it was sad, but in a way, we all knew it was going to be hard, but we had hope. We just couldn't get that goal. We tried. We had so many chances, even
Yeah.
in the second half. Look at Havertz's chance. You
Yeah.
know, that should be a goal.
Imagine if Chelsea had someone like Mitrovic or Osimhen, or better
Uh,
still,
and
Luca
when I was,
Toni up there. We would have turned that
Definitely.
game around.
remember, I wanted Mitrovic to come when we got Aubameyang. I was saying bring Mitrovic. Uh,
Ivan
Not
Tony,
even
what am I
that.
saying? Ivan
What if we
Tony.
still had Giroud,
yeah, look at
Yeah,
Giroud.
yeah,
made some out
That
of
was
this whole campaign? Like we could have gotten something. Does he have 5 goals and 2 assists, or like
yeah.
for the campaign? Yeah, we could have
Big
gotten something.
mistake getting rid of Giroud for Lukaku. Crazy,
Yeah, it
crazy.
was.
because he wanted to play the World Cup. Tuchel froze him out. I don't blame Giroud. He had to go. He wanted to play in
Mhm.
the. We can't blame him in the European
He
Championship.
was,
So
I
he
mean,
was
we love
willing to
Tuchel,
step
but Tuchel made a lot of
he,
mistakes. He did
he
some.
did.
He did some
At
rubbish.
the end, he was making mistakes. He wasn't there, as we said. Remember at the time we were saying his mentality is not there like it
Because of
was.
his divorce and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't blame Tuchel. He should have had more time. Whatever, even if he made mistakes, he should have had more time. I don't think we'd be in this mess if he was in. Bowley promised to back him and he sacked him. You know,
Mm.
it doesn't make sense.
Broly
I
got rid
know
of
Bowley
him, honestly.
regrets it,
He's
but
regretted. Yeah,
he's not a football man. That's why he's brought these football people in. And
yeah,
we as a fan base, if Vival, Stewart, and Winston Lee say they want Nagelsmann, I will trust them and go with them because that's their job. That's what they're there for.
yeah,
They would have done. That's why they're taking their time. The due diligence they're taking to get this manager. They
Yeah, I
better
love.
flipping get the right one. And we have to trust them.
yeah.
We can't keep looking to blame Bowley. Bowley has put his hand up
Yeah,
eventually.
I wanted Bowley. Remember how I said I wanted Bowley yeah, from the
Mhm.
beginning, and because what he promised, he tried to do. He put the money down. He told us he's going to redevelop the bridge, which will be done. I was hearing today that Chelsea Trust, they made a statement. They said, forget Elscourt. Whoever mentioned Elscourt, that's a joke, because there's other plans for Elscourt. Probably a big, massive shopping centre or something.
Nick, if the government don't support and help Chelsea to redevelop the stadium, whether they help them with Earl Court or help them with Stamford Bridge, I think the fans should do their nut, because they help Arsenal get a new site. They gave the flipping Olympic Stadium to West Ham. What are they doing? They tried to destroy this club already. They have to make up for that. What they did with Roman, they owe us big time.
I agree with you 100%. Let me just read these a few comments. Welcome, Greek Chelsea freak. He's the only Greek guy who comes on the chat. What's he saying? Hold on. They ain't friends. They ain't friends. Who you mean? Lampard and Marino? When I was trying, I don't know. I'm not sure who he means. What's he saying here? Posh is Benitez 2-0. Posh is Benitez.
Benitez 2.0.
Oh, sorry, 2.0.
And that's what it will be. It will split the fan base. You get people booing. We're going to hate him.
Yeah.
Don't even go there. Why is he even talked about?
If they do that, it wasn't Potter, it would be really bad, honestly. Just to read a few, what's he saying?
The fans won't take to him at all. These geezers don't understand how much we hate Spurs.
Sorry, my friend Bobby. Did you hate Rafael Benitez? No, I don't think Bobby hated him. We didn't. It didn't seem right at Chelsea. Just looked like Liverpool standing there.
honestly, I used to do a lot of the security at the bridge at that time.
Yeah.
And I didn't like him at all. A lot of the managers, I'll give him a handshake, but when he came along, I just
we didn't. It wasn't for Chelsea. Just looking at him, it looked red. For Liverpool. That's why we didn't get along with him. Although he won us the Europa League. Let's see what OG is saying. I wish Kanté scored that chance. So do we, OG. He could, any other day he would have. You're talking about the first one, the miss. Second one, he was unlucky. Second one. Go ahead, Alicia. I'm just going through this.
Mudrik, chances were.
We were smoked.
But anyway, we are where we are. Like with the form that we're in, I know people saying, "Oh, Kukurea, you should have scored that. Chilwell scores that." But in all honesty, I love Chilwell. But with the form that we're as a team, I don't know if he would have scored that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's sad because we actually played well, and Frank got it right. The tactics were right. When we saw the lineup, no one thought he got it right, but he got it right for the first time since he's been here. Let's see if we can. All we need is 1 point to be actual, real safe. We're not getting down. Some fans today were texting me, we're going to get relegated. I said, don't be silly. We need 1 point. We've got 7 games. And I'm sure we're going to win a couple of games. We've got hard games, apart from Brentford next Wednesday, which won't be easy, and Nottingham Forest at home, which won't be easy either. But I think we should beat them too. Then we've got Arsenal, City, and Man United away. So let's see. I want to see what Frank can do. We take it game by game, like he said himself. Yeah, go ahead, Alicia. Sorry to interrupt you. Let's welcome JK first, and you can carry on. JK, can you hear us?
No, I was done. I was done speaking. I just talking about that whole situation based on OG's comment, but
we're going to give our ratings as well. It'd be interesting because most of these players play good, really. Apart from after the goal, they all put their heads down. especially the second goal, you could see in their faces, they knew it was done. Even when it was, we were losing 1-0, it was 3-0 down. So, I can't blame most of the players. At least they showed, I don't mind if they lose, but show some performance. If they play like this last night on Saturday, we will beat Brighton. But they were nowhere near that performance last night, from last night. Yeah. JK, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, good. Just making sure you're there. Yeah, we're talking about everything. We started off the game last night, what Frank had to say. He looked very sad, talking today, very sad. I don't know why. And Thiago Silva, coming up with them comments. But I don't blame him because he's right. If we don't change our ways, like trim the 30-man squad, trim it down, and get the right players out and the right players in. Even if he was saying it, and he said if the owners don't do this, it'd be the same next year.
I can tell you 10 players to go right now, if not 11 or 12, right now, without touching the core best players.
Go
right
ahead.
now.
Go ahead. Which one?
Aubameyang,
Yeah.
Lukaku, possibly Sterling, was Zakaria, Mendy, possibly Kepa. Some of these loan guys, there's no point. Ampadu, Sterling, sadly, they need to go back.
It's true.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah,
Bakayoko needs to go.
Hasn't he gone yet? I thought we sold him. Do you know?
No, he's still got a couple of years. We need to buy him out. Have I mentioned Lukaku? Have I mentioned Aubameyang? Have I mentioned Hakim Ziyech? Have I mentioned Pulisic? That's 11 already.
Pulisic. Yeah.
Wait, one question. What about Batshuayi?
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Has he gone?
Malang Sarr needs to go.
Yeah, what's he doing there? I don't know.
He's on loan at Monaco.
Yeah.
Batshuayi, another one. He needs to go. I think he's still on our books. Has he gone? I don't know.
I thought
it's crazy because I keep on thinking Batshuayi is going, but the next thing you see him in preseason.
We can look
playing games.
I think he went to the Turkish club. Actually.
Yeah, I don't know if he's on loan, or I don't know, but
there's plenty of players we can turn out easily.
Not
easily, because people are going to have to want them in the first place. I'm concerned about Mason Mount and this salary thing. I think, but if someone wants to drop 70 million for him, I think I'll be tempted, to be honest.
Do you guys think we'll buy João Felix permanently?
Well, the way he's playing right now, what's the point? If we've got what's his name come in, Nkunku, I would have liked to have kept Felix, but at this rate, I'd rather have Mount than Felix, to be honest.
It depends on it depends on whoever the manager is. Because the new manager might not see things like we do. Is he going to want to bring other players in? Whoever the manager is, he must have his own players he wants. When he has a look at our squad, and I'm sure they're looking at our games right now, whoever's been mentioned. So let's see. But, of course, a lot of players have to go. 30-man squad is, like Silva said it, the changing room is too small. Doesn't fit all of them. And we've become a joke this season, really. I can't believe what's going on. But it's happened. We have to move. We'll be back. Like Lampard said, Chelsea will be back. If it's here or not, we will be back. JK, any other comment you want to make about the game?
I have nothing to say. So I don't want to talk about the game. I expected it coming, I'll be honest. So there's no point of analyzing. I can't keep repeating myself. Otherwise, I'll end up sleeping again. Because it gives me a headache.
True. we go to the we do the ratings. At least we can do that. Let's put Dex in. Yeah. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Let's talk about the manager. I know you're not. You wanted Enrique rather than Nagelsmann, like myself. You know my
Wait,
choice.
can I get my views on that
Yeah.
topic? You
Yeah.
know, I am extremely annoyed. I don't know what in the right frame of mind the board decided to drop Enrique, all because
They
all
haven't
because he's
dropped
been pushing
anybody
for the
yet.
job. I
They
don't know
haven't.
why.
Yeah.
At
They
least he could
haven't.
have kept him as an option because he's still not that sure Nagelsmann will join. Do you know what I'm
They
saying?
haven't dropped anybody. Nobody's been dropped. And
Yeah.
it's the media saying that Nagelsmann is his favorite, and he probably is. But Enrique's not out of it yet.
No.
They're
Well,
still thinking.
Fabrizio came out and said it.
Who?
Who?
Fabrizio Romano.
He
Look at
didn't.
his
I
Tell him.
listened to
tweets.
Fabrizio. He said the club seemed to have pulled on
Yeah.
Enrique. He didn't
Look.
say he's out. He said he's not out of it at all.
Yeah. I heard it not long ago before I came on the show.
Yeah.
The King Stella was speaking on Sky Sports Live. He
It
was
was
talking.
all those journalists and the
Yeah.
content makers coming
Even
out
he
with it.
said, yeah, Nagelsmann might be favourite, but Enrique's still there. They're still talking. It could be anyone. We don't know. It's all guesses, these journalists. They also, suddenly Nagelsmann is a favourite because he knows me well. That's all. Nothing special.
Okay, cool. If that's the
But
case,
we don't.
Nagelsmann, let me tell you. Wait,
Yeah,
if that's the case, Nagelsmann, he's a great manager. Let me tell you that he's a
yeah,
very, very good tactical manager. Do you know what I'm saying? And I actually respect what he did at Bayern Munich. And he does have some qualities of a manager that can benefit us massively. For example, bringing up young talents, which is something that we've been striving for Chelsea to do. Bringing up young talents that can then be starters and can be key
yeah.
to our trophy wins, like what we did to Mason Mount, Reece James. Those are young players that we've developed well. I think the only two that I've developed, I think well in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And have
Mm-hmm.
become put their and have put their name on a certain level. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, my
Mm-hmm.
problem with Nagelsmann is this: you need to look at the system, and I'm not saying age is a problem, but in the league, you need to be careful. You really need to be careful with these sort of managers. Do you get what I'm saying? And let me tell you this: Potter is nowhere near on the same level as Nagelsmann. If not, Potter should not even be talked about. Do you know what I'm saying? Next to Nagelsmann, as people on Twitter have been saying. Do you know what I'm saying? But like for me, is this? For me, is this? Yeah, you do know if you look at Nagelsmann's style of play, he doesn't use wingers that much. Do you know what I'm saying? He would normally play in a. He would like to play a five at the back with a midfield, basically almost like a diamond. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's what he did at Bayern Munich. Do you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The only thing it worked in Bayern Munich because of what's it called? Their players are fairly versatile. Do you know what I'm saying? You got Mane that can play Cam. Leroy Sané can play Cam. Gnabry. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it worked there. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you would play 4-2-3-1, but it depends on the occasion. Do you know what I'm saying? With the players we have right now, I know Nagelsmann will have to get in his own men, and I'm sure he will. Do you get what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, with the type of players we have, they're not used to transitioning in form in game,
Yeah,
transitioning in tactics in game. We saw it in Tuchel. We saw it with Tuchel. We saw with Potter. Although Potter, you didn't know what he was doing. He was just changing. But it's just clear that the players, majority of the players we have, they cannot play. They cannot play like in game tactics. Basically, when we have to switch to back three, back four, they're not good at that. Do you know what I'm saying? And you can tell they capitulate when it happens. Look at
yeah,
last season. I'm not saying Tuchel did get us like third, top four, but there were games where he struggled in. Look at Arsenal when he beat us 4-2. Do you know what
yeah,
I'm saying? You can't tell me teams didn't match up to
yeah.
Tuchel's tactics. You know what I'm
That
saying? Because they did. They were able to counter it, and he
that
wasn't changing. You know what I'm saying? But the
change
good
it.
thing is, whoa.
That game against Arsenal was the play. Remember?
What?
I beg to differ with that, if I could quickly
Yeah.
say why. The reason I beg to differ is that the reason our team is not good at transitioning is because, one, we didn't have a preseason. What happened in America was just a adjustment. You know, we've had new players come in, and if there's any team that is ripe and ready for a manager that's going to come in and teach them all these different tactics over a preseason, it's this team, because they're all so young and they're not a closed book. So I beg to differ. If we had had a pre-season, we would have seen something different, but we weren't settled. We just changed the club ownership. We had Tuchel, who was going through his divorce and doing all sorts of weird things and got sacked. Then we got blooming Brighton into the dressing room, and I don't know what the hell Potter was doing over the World Cup period when he could have been
Oh.
practicing these things, because he did nothing. Then he's lost his job, and now we got Lampard. And in January, we got 8 new young players. So I'll scratch that. After the summer with the new manager, then we can discuss that. I don't think we can say that they can't transition. That is absolutely wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah, but then Bobby, for the longest, see, let me tell you this, yeah. How long have Chelsea not been able to play in the back four well? Tell me.
Well, how many defenders have we had through all the different systems? We lost 2 of our best
It's not
defenders
only about the
last
defenders.
summer.
It's
Well, the
also
summer
about the
before.
midfield as well.
Well,
If
we've
you look
never
at the
had a
way
proper
we,
midfield.
if you look at the way we contain them, exactly. Do you get what I'm saying? We've never had a proper midfield, and I'm just looking at it on the player's perspective. Do you get what I'm saying? This is not only about this season; it's also about last season. We were good in the back three, also because if you look at when Tuchel tried to change to a back four, it didn't work. Do you know what I'm saying? So we cannot pretend as if we 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 were always good in transitioning
Well,
formation. We were never
it
for a
didn't
long
work
time.
because Tuchel himself didn't have a pre-season. He came and took over from Lampard and had to do a bit of a damage limitation, and so he became defensive with a back
Too many.
three. And the summer that he should have had a pre-season, we went through that ridiculous sanction on Roman and a non-starter in America as a pre-season. So the team has been unsettled. That's something that the fan base always fail to remember. We have gone through some major instability, destabilizing influences, and we've never had harmony for months. And the new manager, if not even Potter had a preseason. So all these different tactics is difficult to translate to a team that you've not had to work with. But that's why it's so important that we get this right guy, get him in, get him pre-season with the team, a proper pre-season, not some commercial gimmick, and then we can start to talk about whether they can play this or play that. At the moment, it's just been firefighting all the way through.
Yeah.
I agree. And also, let me tell you this. This is why we need a clear out. And also, Nagelsmann, when he comes in, and I know he's probably the leading candidate. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But when he comes in, he needs to have a certain level of backing from the board. Because I'm telling you, if he's coming to the Premier League at this age, it's not going to be easy for him. I'm telling you. I know the players is a different story. We're going to get rid of some. Nagelsmann will have a say on which players are good enough, which is why we need to hire this man, whoever this manager is. We need to hire him now. You know what I'm saying? So we can at least come and watch the games and see which players are not good, what he wants to do with the team, so we can get a taste and feel
Yeah.
about how these players are
Yeah.
performing.
Like it
So
works.
then he can assess. He can. So then when we
Okay.
go to the summer, when we
Yeah.
go into the summer, he can then get his notepad, assess all the games he's been to
Let
that
me
he's seen, and
say,
he
look,
sees which players are not good enough. Do you know what I'm saying?
at
And
some
during the
point,
summer, wait, Nick. And during the summer, he can then go to his office and illustrate in what tactics he wants to implement in the team to go forward. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? What players can I bring in? And what and I'm sure the board will be backing the manager, whoever comes in. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Let
So
me
for
just say,
me,
I welcome Dex. Welcome, Dex. I'll bring you in a minute. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I think it's too late now to bring a manager right now and get.
No, not right now. Not to manage now. I'm talking to watch the games.
We have to stick with Lampard for the next 7 games, and the next manager will have plenty of time to assess the team, and the next manager probably knows he has a certain chance. They've been talking. Don't forget, if it's Nagelsmann, he probably knows he's going to be the manager, and he's probably watching us. He must be, unless he's stuffed. Any manager will be watching the games now, especially the next 7. And, and whoever comes in, there's plenty of time pre-season to get rid of, try all the players, see who you want and who you don't want. It's going to be a big clear-up, be a big change. But, it doesn't matter if we get him out. It's not right now to bring a manager in now. He has to be in the summer. Let's welcome Dex as well. I'll let you carry on after Dex, JK. Dex?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we're talking about the great chance we had last night because we did play well. But as we said before on Spaces, we can't score. We need a striker. I'm sure whoever comes in is going to bring a proper striker, proper number 9. It's not good. Aubameyang and Lukaku, all these, we tried them. They didn't get enough time, but they're not the right guy, not the right person to wear that number 9. We need someone like what we had. Go ahead, Dex.
Yeah, I mean, I think last night, Chelsea definitely gave it a go. But it's just like we said, like the chances were there, but they just weren't taken. And then Real Madrid grew into the game, and then I mean, again, defensive mistakes. Kind of let them back in. Obviously the first one was Chalobah. He tried to get Rodrigo. I don't think it was wise going for a slide tackle. If you're going up against someone with that rapid pace.
That's why, we talk about the experience and non-experience. Chalobah, he hasn't got it. And he's not young anymore. But how can you do that? If you're going to go in like that, you might as well take him down. Go and take the player down. But he didn't know. How can you... it's unbelievable. When you watch it again, the replay, it's ridiculous what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like that was the first one. And then the second one again, just really bit of switch off out the back. It almost seems a bit too easy, like Valverde just literally just dribbles past in the box and just squares it, just taps it in, and that's pretty much like the harsh reality of it. I think if there was I've said this before, I think if there was a striker up there that can convert those chances, I think it would have been a different game, and the tide would have been a different game as well. Swing the momentums, but it was always going to be a hard task, especially like a team against Real Madrid, who got experienced players, that know how to win Champions League games, and but it is what it is. So, I mean, I guess the most important thing now for Chelsea really is just focusing on these last 7 games and seeing how many points they can get from them. I mean, I've just looked at the fixtures, and to be honest, I'm looking at all these fixtures, and there's not really any easy game in those fixtures. To be honest, they're all very hard in their own minds.
Yeah, I mean, you could say Brentford at home should be easy. Well, easy, but we should win. And Forest at home. Out of all the rest of them are hard. United, City, Arsenal, Newcastle. Them ones are going to be hard. But we can still, I know we can get a few, points out of these games. Even, if we carry on performing like we did last night, there's, no reason why not to. We can even go and beat Arsenal. But it depends if they carry on like this or the heads are going to go down completely. We don't know.
Yeah.
I
mean, you just got to go in and really see where, just see where every game, just take it game by game, really, and just see where it takes you.
Yeah.
I think you just got to go with that mentality. But in terms of like the management search, I mean, obviously, you know, JK and talking about Enrique. I do agree with what Bobby said. I don't think he's out of the running, but I don't think he's high on the priority list at the moment. I think he has gone down a few candidates short because
it's gone down because every day everyone's keeps mentioning Nagelsmann, but it can be someone else because it's all talk at the moment, rumors. We don't know. No one knows who it's going to be.
Yeah.
Only the Chelsea probably know by now. It's just making the decision, the announcement. They want to take their time, make sure they don't make another mistake, of course. We can't afford another mistake. So they're probably looking at every little detail.
Oh, yeah, 100%. But, like, I think one of the things that was said about the cool interest in Enrique, I think it's because when they last spoke to him, he was making a lot of demands on what he wants in terms of like transfers and budgets, etc., etc. And I don't think the board were I don't think they kind of like liked that vibe. So I think they kind of like just took a step back from it, and they kind of like had to reassess. But I mean, I think normally when you have a manager that comes off the bat and demands a lot, I think it's sort of like with Conte, really. I mean, when Conte first went to Spurs, obviously we all know what Conte's like as a manager. He's a winner, you know. But in order for his teams to sort of succeed, he needs a lot of like backing in the transfer market, and I think that was one of the things where I think Levy found it hard to like kind of give it to him because, you know, Tottenham and Levy's not that sort of owner that throws money around. He's very like tight strict, so it was always going to be hard. But I think if any manager's going for a new job and they give the impression straight away where, oh, I demand this, I demand that, I think you're just gonna it's kind of gonna throw you off.
You know who I think Chelsea are looking at, and nobody's talking about, and I'm so glad. But he's already been studying the club. He's been studying them for months. It's Hansi Flick.
Oh yeah, don't forget.
That's the one that's going to happen.
Yeah, he hasn't been mentioned for a while, Bobby, and he has been at the bridge.
That's the blindsider, and he's already studying the team. He'd be perfect.
Yeah,
like,
Bobby, have you heard of Gallardo as well?
No, that's not for Chelsea. Flick is for Chelsea.
He's going to be.
Don't write him off. He's a good manager, very good manager.
Yeah, but he hasn't even managed in Europe, has he?
Yeah.
So
it doesn't matter. I mean, let me tell you this.
That sounds like a Scolari to me. That just rings of Scolari all over.
Yeah, forget this River Plate manager and this one and that one. The manager's going to be, it's going to be elite. He's going to be, like Bobby was saying, it could be Flick. Enrique's still there, and Nagelsmann. And I'm not putting out Conte and Mourinho. I'm not, because you don't know. If they talk to them, anything can happen right now. We don't know.
It has to be someone that's experienced. It has to be someone that's experienced and has experience in Europe.
Yeah, but we want that. But will they? You're going to put Nagelsmann like his experience, the experience for winning the league in the German. When you have Mourinho,
I was going to say even Pochettino's been contacted today. Apparently he's in the driver's seat as well.
That's not happen. He's going to cause problems in the fan base.
It ain't going to happen anyway.
Nah.
They don't want that, and Bowley knows they don't.
We'll be booing him. Another Benitez. We'll be booing the hell out of him.
Yeah.
He don't want Spurs anywhere near this club.
And to Chelsea, that doesn't work. It won't happen. If it does, it's going to be another policy situation. And then when I go to protest, there'll be 20 million there with me if it's Potter. I won't be the one. The one man standing. It's be thousands. I'm telling you. And probably be hitting his head on the bloody or something.
Yeah.
Well, it's not joke. It could happen, you know.
Possibly, yeah.
But I think he knows the fans don't want Pollard, you know.
No. Why doesn't he go back to Spurs? They want
him. They don't want him. That's
yeah, and we do. Muggins.
They want Enrique, Bobby, now. Tottenham.
Spurs want to be Chelsea. Anything Chelsea, that's what they want.
Then if Enrique doesn't go to Chelsea, we're going to have him. Enrique wants to come to Chelsea. He doesn't want to go to Tottenham. But let's see. We don't know. But
what's your opinion on Todd Bowley's recent visits to the change room after the matches, specifically the last 2 games?
Not a problem. They're just trying to make a big deal. Not a problem.
He does that.
Owners do that.
Yeah. Every game, I'll tell you what he does. I know every game he goes in there to, give them some courage, some passion. He doesn't go and swears at the place. He just goes in there and tells them, for the next game, please, you have to do better and all these. Even Lampard said what he does the other day.
Yeah, they're just trying to stir it, Nick.
It's a good thing for the owner to come in because he shows he's passionate for the club. Even Joe Abramovich used to do that as well. When he was here, he used to go in the dressing room.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. But people like to criticize anything what Bowley might do, might eat, might go out to dinner or anything. Criticize.
The Bayern Munich directors go in there. It's normal. The Man City owners go into the changing room. It's normal. It's just that Chelsea having some problems. Then our usual detractors, they try to stir things up, make things worse than they are. That's crap. I'm not even listening to that.
No, we know better to listen to these idiots. That's what it is, Dex. That's what it is. But they were making big millions out of it the other when God, he's gone in there to kill Sterling or something. Maybe he has some words with Sterling, but I don't think he was bad. Even Sterling, he's still a Chelsea player. They go in there to show they care for the club and their passion.
And to let you know that a lot of that is all these what we call brown envelope talk and all these content makers and talking about telling Sterling, oh, we paid so much for you, and it's rubbish, absolute nonsense. He wouldn't say that.
Yeah, you have to say the truth. I don't like to lie. I can see with my own eyes what's going on. I don't have to listen to these some people, talking a lot of rubbish. And when they do, I'll tell them, like Dex and JK and you, Bobby. I don't muck around. When I have to say something, I'll say it straight. JK, you were saying before we interrupted you, I'm afraid. Sorry. You want to carry about Nagelsmann and Enrique? You were talking.
Like for me, Enrique would have been a more safer option.
Yes,
because he's done it at an elite level. Do you know what I'm saying? People will say Nagelsmann has done it at an elite level. I'm not saying Bayern are not an elite club. They are an elite club.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's just that he has not done enough for me to say and Enrique, if you look at the quality Enrique has, the quality of the trophies Enrique has won, including him winning best manager of the year in that season. He won the Champions League with Barcelona. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them are saying they prefer Nagelsmann instead of Enrique because Enrique went to he was managing the Spanish team and he wasn't managing club football. It doesn't make any difference to me.
It doesn't. I don't know why people say that. For me, it's a pointless point to make on why you don't want Enrique. People even said it's because I even heard people say, when was the last time he's done that? 2016. That was a long time ago. But then if he still has the tactical philosophy to do it, and if he's still implementing it in other teams, then why not?
Yeah.
It's not like he's not been managing a club since 2016. That's how our fans are acting. You know what I'm saying?
If we can't get Mourinho, it doesn't happen. It has to be Enrique. I see. Otherwise, I see bad things happening if Nagelsmann comes or Pochettino, even worse. God, I can't see it. I can't see it. And I was saying this before about Paula in the beginning. Remember, I was saying, this guy doesn't give me the feeling, and Nagelsmann doesn't give me a feeling. Enrique gives me a feeling. That's why I say, it's better to go with him. You get that feeling. Is it for Chelsea? Yeah, Enrique, yes, he will. I think he will do well. But Nagelsmann, I don't get that feeling. I have a bad feeling.
The problem around Enrique that I wanted him. I prefer him personally, but I will always go with what the directorship will go with because they're the experts. However, there was all this shenanigans with Celta Vigo and Roma. He didn't do particularly well, and though he did well with Barcelona, but crikey, he had the likes of Messi and Suarez, and he had some world beaters there. So I don't know. This is the thing. And though with the Spanish national team, yes, he brought through some very talented youngsters, but when it really came to it, he came up very, very short. So this is why, I'm quite open-minded, and I say again, if the directorship go with Nagelsmann, I will trust them.
Maybe I'm not thinking right, because first it was just Paul. He didn't have any advisors or nothing, or no. Now it's a bit different because he's got advisors. You understand?
But I think all this Nagelsmann talk is a smokescreen. I think they're with Hansi Flick, and the issue is how to settle the German national team. That's what I think it is.
I don't mind Flick. He can come in. I have a good feeling for him. I don't have a good feeling for Nagelsmann. I don't know. Maybe because he's young, 35, or I don't. I don't know. We're going to see, but I hope the impossible happens and the holy one, the special one, does come and save everyone. Yeah.
The bookmakers are saying 50-1 on that return, Nick.
Yeah, I already got a bet on it, Dennis. Yeah, because I can see it happening. All this talk about all these different managers, and suddenly it's announced, breaking news. Imagine it, and they go, "Oh God."
Would you have Mourinho over Hansi Flick, though?
Yes, I'll have anyone. Mourinho's my first.
You would. What do you think, Bobby? What do you say to that? Would you Mourinho over Hansi Flick?
No. The reason I loved Mourinho at his time and for what he's done. Yeah. But football is cyclical, and his time is done. This is a very young team being rebuilt, and it needs somebody with young ideas if they're not young themselves. And a lot of the people we're looking at are young managers. It's just, Enrique is a relatively young manager, as is Flick. But it's just that Nagelsmann is very young. He could be a player if he had the skill. He's younger than Thiago Silva, which is a bit
Bobby, I have to agree with you, because that's why I love Mourinho, but I'm not with him coming back.
No,
Nick, it's not like I don't like him, yeah. I really do. You know what I'm saying?
Like I do, I know. Everyone loves Mourinho.
He's my favorite manager all time, Chelsea. But I wouldn't have him back.
Yeah, but he's still got that brain. He's the same brain, man.
No, but Nick, in what we're trying to do, the young players, Jose Mourinho's not that invested in young players.
I think you're right.
Nick, it's a bit more than the technical and the ability to do the job. A lot of modern football is man management, and these young kids are not the same as your Lampards and Terrys and your Drogbas. They're a different culture.
Lampard, it's hard for him because they won't listen. Mourinho, they're going to have to listen. He won't take any shit from no one.
Yeah, but then that creates, you can't alienate your
I'm
squad
not
as
saying
well.
it's not that bad, He does to look. Ask Frank Lampard about Josie or Drogba or anyone, Ashley Cole, anyone, and I bet millions. I bet you they will prefer Mourinho than any other manager. I guarantee any of our ex-legends would. But let's see anyway. But let's go, Alicia. Let's go to you. I haven't said much. Who's your favorite choice? Have you made up your mind yet, Alicia? Alicia, you there? Maybe she can't hear me. Yeah. So let's do the ratings. And then we can go back to that. We have a bit. I'm on a different device, so it's not like the laptop when I can go on forever. This is different. When my battery runs out, we're still going strong anyway. But my laptop's had some problems today. But let's go through the ratings so we get it done. Bobby, I'll start with you. Kepa.
Oh, Kepa. Kepa didn't really do much wrong, to be fair to him.
Oh, yeah.
But for me, the confidence I have is always shaken by his physicality. He's very agile and he makes up for a lot of things with his agility, and that he's good with his feet. I can't blame him for the 2 goals. So with Kepa, I'll give him 7.
Yeah, I think it's fair. He made 2 good saves. Well, they were on the. It wasn't really hard like the one the save he did against Brighton, but he still, done his bit. I think he tried everything. Kepa, even screaming, shouting, he was everywhere. He always is. But yeah, 7 is fair enough. Dex. I don't know where Dex is gone. Alicia, are you there? JK. JK, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Kepa. Let's do the rating. Bobby says 7. What's your rating for Kepa?
I agree with Bobby, but I'll go a bit higher. 7.5.
Yeah. Yes, fair. I mean, 7 or 7.5. Doesn't matter. I agree with both of you. Let's start with Fofana, Bobby.
Fofana, he was getting forward, he was defending. I like Fofana. For him, keeping him fit is very, very key, both for him as a player and for the club. I'll give Fofana 7.5.
Yeah, I think it's fair, yeah. JK.
Yeah, Fofana, he didn't really put a foot wrong.
No.
I'll go 7.5 as well.
So yeah, I agree. Yeah, he had a decent game. I mean, most of them did. It's a shame we lost, really. Especially the first half, they look good. Yeah, 7.5. Let's go to Chalobah, Bobby.
Now, I feel sorry for Chalobah. He doesn't get much game time. When he does, it's when we really need him at crucial games, high pressure games. He made a mistake, sadly. And I don't really know if he was totally to blame. I think a lot of that came from Cucurella not covering for him with him properly.
Chalobah, but he did from Cucurella. Shouldn't have been up there, leaving him alone. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so that was a joint situation. So I will give Chalobah a 7. Relatively, he had a good game. He was up and down.
Yeah, he was.
He defended well, apart from that one instance. But I think he was exposed by the person that was supposed to be helping him, Cucurella.
Yeah.
And I blame Cucurella more than him.
I think both are to blame, but yeah, Cucurella shouldn't have left him alone. He should have come back. You watch the game again, you see Cucurella standing on the halfway line, and just, it's too late for him. He couldn't get back. Chalobah, he should have just taken the man out if he had to do that, because they're dangerous. But, go on, JK, Chalobah.
I'm gonna give him a 5. He
Yeah,
did some stupid errors, and I didn't like that one. Like the one that led to the first goal. For
yeah,
me, it's just common sense. I just look at these because I've been as a player. You've been in these situations before.
mm,
If you're a
yeah,
centre back, to be fair, in my days when I used to play for Palace, I was a right back, so I kind of knew these things of defending.
yeah,
If you're dealing with someone that's faster than you, it's best to just hold him off. Diving ain't gonna make a difference because at the end of the day, he's always gonna outrun it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not
yeah,
going to make you move forward. Do you know? And it's basically common sense. Do you know what I'm saying? Those
yeah,
type of tackles are a gamble. So in a crucial time like this, and it's not Chalobah. Chalobah's 23, I assume.
yeah. He's coming on to 24, I heard.
Yeah.
So,
I
he's not.
mean, he's coming into an age where he's not a child anymore. But you can't really blame him um that much because if you do look at it, he's been lacking game time. Do you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
So
that's,
I won't really say much about Chalobah.
yeah,
But I have to see. I just have to go with what I
yeah.
see really.
On
So
the, I agree. Yeah, Bobby's right. They're both to blame. Um, yeah, yeah. I'll go in the middle. I'll give him 6 because apart from that mistake, he didn't make any other massive mistakes. He won the ball. He made some good headers out the box. I don't forget. Yeah, 6 for me, I think. Yeah, I don't know if Alicia's, but Alicia, are you there? I don't think she's text is gone and he's coming. All right, let's carry on, us three. Um, let's go to Rich James, Bobby.
Well, the rumours about Reece not being fully fit, I can believe. I don't want to see Reece James until pre-season now. I
Mm,
think he should go away, get fit. If he needs an operation, get it done now. He needs to
mm,
take care of himself. Reece, despite that, I thought it was right to put him in midfield. I wanted him in midfield, and he did very well. He was probably
yeah,
one of the reasons we did so well
he was, yeah.
against Real Madrid, and really should have beaten them if we had finishers. So I'll give Reece James an 8. There's not much else he could have done. If he
No,
was fit, I think he would have done more and probably even gone and scored. But he wasn't, and he did his best, and he impacted our performance for sure.
yeah. JK, Rich James.
yeah, he gets. I do think he was. I think he was man of the match for me. So I'm gonna give him an 8. I already gave him an 8 because
Yeah,
for me that's the highest I think a player will ever go. For me, it's because at the end of the day, we still lost the game. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have to give him an 8. He was very, very good
yeah,
for me.
he
As I
was.
said,
And if
I,
he was 100%, we would have won that game
when he's
because
not 100%, he still looks very good and
he
better
was
than other right backs I know. You know what I'm
yesterday.
saying?
He looked much better than on Saturday. He was very good yesterday. I have to agree. I'll give him 8 as well. He was good. Let's just read out deals. Big up deals. Yeah, no problem. We'll see you next time. Have a good break. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to the others. Who's next? Thiago Silva, Bobby.
I feel sorry for Thiago.
Yeah.
It would have been his dream to at least get to another Champions League final. He
Yeah.
was good. He was marshalling the defense as expected. He couldn't be blamed for any of the goals. Thiago is an absolute Rolls Royce of a player. I give him 8 as well. Excellent.
Yeah. JK.
I'll give him 7. Very, very good. He was very, very good today. I was impressed. Um, so yeah, I'll give him, and I really like that speech he gave
Yeah.
because he really emphasized the real problems at Chelsea. And as a club captain and as an ambassador of these players, that's what you should be able to do. Do you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? If something's not going right, you tell the fans the issues, and you show them that they care. Do you know what I'm saying? His passion for football is unbearable, and especially for Chelsea. Although he's not even a club legend. Do you know what I'm saying? And he
Now,
still cares about this club. You know what I'm saying? So
will.
like, and
Yeah,
he's not like those players who only care about money, 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 money. You know what I'm saying?
he said
So yeah,
you see when he talks, he means every word.
yeah.
He's unbelievable. I love Thiago. Always have from the first day he came. Some people thought he wasn't going to work, but I knew it would. Unbelievable player.
Yeah, people said that because of that
Yeah,
mistake he made in West Brom. That's why.
yeah. The first game, you
Yeah, I
can't.
remember.
So do I. But I never said it. I said that you're going to watch him what he becomes. He did, and yeah, I have to give him. Yeah, I can't give him less than James. He has to be. He has to be an 8 for me as well. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Let's go to Kova, Bobby. One of your favorite players, Kovacic.
Cover, he didn't do much wrong either.
No.
He connected well in midfield. He fought. He won battles, and even when Enzo came off, he stepped it up a bit. I can't fault him, to be fair, in this game. Um, I'll give him an 8 as well.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. JK.
Cover gets a 6 for me. Um, he did do okay, but the thing is, it's okay. Um, he didn't have a standout performance. I did see a bit of mistakes in him.
Yeah.
So yeah, 6. But he was good. He was very, very good.
Yeah.
Can't lie.
He has to get 7 for me. Yeah. Let's go to Enzo, Bobby. Enzo.
Now, Enzo is one of the young future, isn't he? 9-year contracts.
Yeah.
He's one of those that a new manager needs to come in and make him one of the base of this club, one of the people that Mikel was talking about, that, when you talked of Chelsea in the old days, it was Terry, Lampard, Ashley Cole, Ivanovic, Cech. You knew they were there. Has to be one of those. He fought, he tried hard. I felt his shooting could have been stronger, but I think that might have been due to tiredness because he's been playing back to back to back games since he got to England. So I think he's been overplayed. Um, I can't fault him either. Sometimes he was beaten unnecessarily and shrugged off the ball, but he's that player that needs that extra physical player beside him. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, yeah, Enzo is great. Shame thing about the crosses yesterday. Usually it's a lot better. Corners were bad. And Gallagher, both of them. Corners and free kicks were very bad. They hardly got anything right. But everything else, the running, the passing, is great. I love Enzo. Yeah, I'll give him 7 as well. Let's go to sorry, JK. Did you say Enzo?
Yeah, I'll give him 7 as well.
Oh yeah, 7. Chansey, Bobby.
No, Kante is just an amazing player. For such a little player, he was there. He was trying to get forward, although physically outdone. I mean, the centre backs he stood no chance against. But it was painful to see him miss that opportunity.
Yeah.
It almost seemed, dare I say it, easier for him to score than miss that one. But miss he did. Goal scoring has never been his thing. But he broke up a lot of play. He was one of the reasons we dominated the game in midfield for 60 minutes. So I've got to give him an 8 as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and for me, County's County. Yeah, he has to get. Yeah, hey, I'll give him 8. Well, 7.5 because he missed that first one. He should have scored really. 7.5. I love Angola, but we have to be, say what he's worth. Yeah. So, JK, did you County?
Yeah, I'll give him a 7 as well. Wait, I think yeah, I'll give him a 7.5.
Yeah.
For me, this guy is unbelievable. As Bobby said, and we're very very lucky to have him. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel he's one of those players that you have to get the team built around him as well as Enzo. You know what I'm saying? So for
Yeah.
me, yeah, he gets 7.5. Best midfielder in the world.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree. Let's go to Gallagher, Bobby. Playing like a striker.
Yeah. I mean, I have a soft spot for Gallagher. Why do I like Gallagher? Because of his fight, because of his love for the club. Look,
Yeah,
I'm not delusional. Gallagher is not the most technically gifted player. He's not.
no.
He's a workhorse. And because he's a workhorse in the modern game, it's often hard to know where to play him.
Yeah,
He was played in the right place. It's just that he wasn't really good enough, to be honest. As you said, his corners were bad, which we at least hoped he would be able to do. His free kicks were bad, and when he had an opportunity to shoot, his shots were so weak that Thibaut hardly had anything to do to just kneel down and pick them up. But apart from that, his tackling was good. His work rate, this is what he does.
he gives.
And he's useful in the squad. He's one of those players in a top squad that you need. Unfortunately, I'll have to give him a 6 because he could have done better and didn't do better.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I like Gallagher. I hope he stays with the next manager because he can only improve. Under the right manager, he will improve. He's got a future at Chelsea if they don't sell him. Let's see. Yeah, I have to give him. I'll give him 6.5. I think because he tries so hard. Sorry, JK Gallagher.
I'll give him a 5.5.
Yeah,
He's a good player, and I agree with what Bobby said. I mean, this guy just needs time. You know what I'm saying? And we can see the fight. We can see the fight in him in games. It's just that he just needs to do more technically. Do you get what I'm saying? Because
yeah.
otherwise, we don't want him to be. Wait, how old is he now? 22?
23, I think.
23?
I think he's 23.
23. He's so
Yeah,
22.
Okay, he's no longer young, but
yeah.
like for
Oh, yeah,
me, like
23, I think, yeah.
for me, like he needs to pick it up fast, and for
Yeah,
me, he needs to work on his technical ability because we need to see him. We need to see his movements on the ball. He can't just be a road runner forever. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, he needs to up his game, and I believe under the right manager, we'll get the best out of him. For
for
me,
sure. And, all this changing and, changing from Tuchel to Potter and Potter to Lampard doesn't help Gallagher. This, it doesn't help. You need a manager. These players, we can blame them, bad game here, there. But when you think about it, can you blame them? They don't know where they are, where they're going or coming. No manager there, So
Right.
we're a bit harsh, I think, sometimes on them.
Nick, sorry to cut you short, but I just want to refer to that Thiago Silva
Yeah,
interview. A lot of people said that he was criticizing the ownership, and quite rightly, but I don't think he spared anyone.
no,
He made a very telling statement when he said, yeah, it's all very well to talk about the owners and managers, but the players have a part to play. And I
yeah,
think what he was saying was about the finishing. It is dreadful.
yeah,
And he
cool.
can see that, and he knows that. you know, he was coming from the defense to try and help the attack, and you know that was just awful.
No,
So you
yes.
know, and some of that is people like Gallagher. I'm surprised at Gallagher because finishing was meant to be one of his strong
He was
points.
great at Palace. Like I said, at Palace he had a stable manager. He had Roy Hodgson. You know, here, you know, it's been changing. You know, too many changes from the owner, next owner, Roman problems. Too many things going on, and you know, these are human beings. So really, we're blaming them. We're a bit too harsh on every single player, really. When you think about it, the young ones.
And I know JK says, you know, they're now not young, and, you know, they are young. I mean, 23, many players don't really find their form until they're 25, 26, 27, sometimes 28, 29.
You
You
know,
know,
I
Drogba didn't really
hope
become the monster until he was 28.
I hope
So,
Gallagher goes. Says he goes to Liverpool. Because you know, if he does go there, he's going to become one of their legends. That's what I can see with Gallagher.
no, Gallagher shouldn't step
I hope
one foot outside of Chelsea. You know, that would be stupidness.
yeah, but you know, I hope not. He's got a future, a very big future, because he gives everything. The technical part will come, you know, with the right manager. Yeah, so let's yeah, I said 7 as well, didn't I, Gallagher? Let's go to the last, Bobby Havertz.
Did you do Cucurella?
Yeah, we done Cucurella.
Really? You couldn't have asked me because I would have given him 4.
Yeah, oh, sorry. Maybe, I think JK, did you do Cucurella, JK? Or did we just speak?
I didn't rate Cucurella.
No, we were speaking about him, sorry. Yeah, let's do Cucurella first, Bobby.
No,
Yeah,
he's
mine's quick.
4.
For me, I'll give him 5.5 as well. I
Yeah,
don't think people are overreacting. I think he wasn't that bad. The only thing that you can say was annoying with him was the chance. Do you
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Other than that, he did go forward very, very well. Well than I expected, because I haven't seen him go forward for a long time.
yeah. He was better than usual, I must
Yeah.
admit, from that mistake with Chalobah.
People they were saying that he was dreadful, and for me, it sounds like an agenda. He wasn't that bad.
Yeah, there's a
You know
big
what I'm saying?
agenda right now with our fans on Cucurella, I'm afraid.
For me,
Uh,
what did it for me with Cucurella, you know,
yeah,
apart from getting Chilwell sent off in the first leg and getting what's his name, Chalobah to make the mistake, I
yeah.
just can't get out of my head how he missed that chance. And that really pissed me
Oh,
off.
yeah.
And that's why I can't score him high. That was no excuse to miss that chance, in my
No,
opinion.
that was like an open goal, really. I can't believe. Yeah, I forgot about that chance. Sorry. So, what you give him then, Bobby?
4, I said.
Well, yeah, I'll give him 5 just to keep him happy. Because of the long hair, he has to get 5. Keep him happy. I feel sorry for him sometimes because he gets a lot of stick on that pitch from the fans. I mean, in the crowd. God, I don't like, you know, when I hear some silly stuff being said to him. But you know, he tried yesterday. But like you said, he should have scored. We should have won the game. There we are. Let's go to the last player, Havertz, Bobby.
Havertz is another player I like. I
Mm,
thought his work rate was good. He came back to help the midfield, but he was playing the number 9, and you know he should have been there to score, and that was a deficiency. And because of that, Havertz that could have very easily walked away with a 9 or so as a hero.
mm.
I'm gonna give him a 6.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, JK,
Sorry, who Havertz?
Havertz. Yeah,
Um, he did get some shots off on the
yeah,
ball. He did try his best to build the attack. He came deep. Um, 5, 5 as well.
yeah, yeah. I'll give him I think if he scored, I would have given him a lot more, but he did. I'll give him 6. Really, he tried. Yes, yeah. I think we done them all. I think we make it an early show. We done them. The next one will be back on the laptop. Be better, different, because this phone is going to run out of battery in a minute as well. So I have to charge it. Yeah. So. Yeah, thanks, guys. Bobby, Alicia, who came on decks as well, certified. We call it a day. We'll be back for the Brentford preview. We're playing next Wednesday, so let's see a day before that game, probably Tuesday. We've got the FA Cup semi-finals this weekend. Is there any shocks going on in Bayern Munich, Bobby?
City are still a goal up from Haaland, who's an absolute monster. He missed the penalty and scored a goal. The guy is just something else.
4-0 on aggregate then. Yeah. And what about the other game, Inter Milan?
3-1 Inter.
Oh, God, they're through. So it looks like Inter Milan against AC Milan. God.
Milan derby.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not there, but it's not as interesting. When we're not there, I don't really care that whoever wants it can win it. I don't care, really. Even if City win it, good luck to City because they haven't won it before, but
I don't want them to win it.
No, we don't really.
I want AC Milan to win it.
Yeah, it'd be great, AC Milan to win it. Yeah, Giroud to get the winner.
And Tomori.
Yeah, Tomori as well, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we had a bit earlier today because I started late because of my, like I said, the laptop went off. So, yeah, any final thoughts, Bobby?
What can I say? It's a painful period now.
Painful.
I'm going to. Well, it'll save me some money. At least I don't have to watch BT Sports next season because we ain't going to be there.
We won't be there.
So I can get rid of that.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Oh my.
But it is painful. It hurts, but we have to hopefully get some joy from the rebuild. It could be a very exciting time.
Yeah, I hope so.
So we have to look.
Thanks, Bobby. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Let's hope. We have to move forward. We'll be back. We always come back. We've been, like we know, we've been in dead situations where we could have gone out of existence, really, and we didn't. We never will. So thanks, Bobby. And with that, I think we end it, folks. Thanks for whoever was in the chat, Chelsea Greek, OG, and anyone else, and Deals, of course. So with that, we say good night.
Right.
We'll be back for the Brentford preview, of course, next week. If anything happens, of course, we'll be on back earlier. Any new management news, anything what's going on with Chelsea, will be here. So with that, thanks, whoever watched us. Good night to all of you, and God bless you all. Thanks.